Okay, welcome back everyone. We're on to, I think it's episode 4 now. Back to playing Dwarf Fortress with Teemo. So, thanks everyone for coming back. I'm going to start off with a little tour of the fortress, of where it is, before I unpause it. I decided to go ahead and load it up. For the first few episodes, I had been starting with the load screen. We're going to skip that from now on and just come right into the game. Also, I asked, please leave comments, subscribe to the channel as you want. That helps me with the comments on giving you better stories or better gameplay, whatever you want to see. I'll make sure that I cover it. If you got any questions, I'll try to answer it as well. All right, so outside we've got our duck and a couple of dogs out here. We finally finished closing that in. We're starting to get some floors around the top. I think I'm going to put some fortifications and get some marksdwarves up here. We had the attack of the wrens last episode. There's still a couple of them around, I believe. So if we come up to the citizens, pets, livestock, other, yeah, we got 3 of these giant wrens still left. I think there were 7 to start off with. So hopefully we'll finish those off. I've decided to go with the I don't care anymore approach, and we're hoping there are dwarves. I've been killing them faster than they killed us. They've killed about 3 of our dwarves. We killed about 4 of them. I'll take that ratio. We'll end with about 27 dwarves and call it good. Coming into the fort, we've got this little drawbridge. The drawbridge, while it's down, I come straight to the depot. We raise that drawbridge. It protects our fort. Sends all our enemies through our pit traps. Our cage traps. If they make it through the cage traps, they got to go down the stairs, go hit up my barracks. We're going to second barracks coming up. That's going to be for our hammer dwarves. These are going to be our axe dwarves. If you get through the barracks, you can finally come back up and get to our fortress. We've got a farm plot up here, and I was chatting with somebody in the comments. He was asking about how much good this mud actually did, because it's still pretty. If you look at this farm plot, it's poor soil. And so it's still poor soil, even though that I got it. But if you see here, there's actually some variation in how much mud. It's got a small pile of mud, a dusting of mud. If you get even more water, it can be like completely mud covered. And so I might play with maybe trying to get some more water. What I can actually do here is I can put a hole in the ceiling and make it a pit and really dump a whole water into a section. And maybe we could start a farm plot over here after it's gotten a lot of mud on it and see if we get a better quality than we do over here. So if I got time, we'll go ahead and do that. Actually, we can start working on that right now. Let me dig over to here so we have a hole to that we're going to be able to dump into there. So we'll just start that. Going down into our fortress a little bit more. Here's our main workshop level. We started setting up to get ready to do weapons and armor. We'll get a little bit more into that. I'll actually queue up some of that repeat jobs. I think I queued maybe battle axes and leggings last time. We should see some of those starting to be produced. We'll start melting them down and we'll start that cycle of actually training. We did see that we had a legendary weaponsmith last time, but our armor smiths still need a lot of training. Going down another level, this is where we're getting our food. So we have a kitchen and a still set up, and we also have a screw press to deal with those bees outside. We've got our dining room, which will eventually become legendary, and doors will be really happy in there. We've got it smoothed down. We'll eventually engrave that. The things that you see right here, this is going to be a butchery and a tannery, so we can start butchering some animals. What we noticed is we didn't have any leather, so hopefully we might have to butcher some of our own animals, but maybe we'll get a caravan to come in to trade for leather so we can start making some quivers. We got the crossbows in the queue, but we don't have the quivers because we don't have the leather for it yet. You can see our engravers have started making our bedrooms engraved, which is even higher quality, make the dwarves even happier. I don't know that I have. We're going to see if there's some other smoothing is going on a different level. If there's no smoothing going on, I'll probably come back and start smoothing onto the next section of beds here. But we're up to 3 sections, which I do my sections in 20, so we can hold 60 dwarves. Only going to pop at 30, so I'm probably going to leave it like that, probably for all of tonight. I don't know if we're going to hit that tonight. Here's kind of the mining level. You can see, if you look on the mini map up here, you can see that there's some straight lines with kind of like some off random lines through. So that's kind of what happens where you do your exploratory mining and it's all neat and clean, but then you'll hit these nodes of minerals that you mine out. So it'll look kind of neat if you do it that way, and that's just That is what happens as you go through that. While I'm here, I'll go ahead and find some more places to mine in these nodes. Expand it a little bit more. That's just kind of what happens if you mine it this way, where you just do the exploratory straight lines and then mine out the nodes as you find them. That's the way that your mini map will start looking, and I think it's pretty neat. But then again, I am a nerd. All right, next one down. This is where we got a couple of temples. The first one was a temple to everyone. The next one was our temple to, we had 16 people that were worshiping something. So we got some smoothing going on. I'll wait till this is finished till I start the upstairs. And then finally on our last level, we have the tomb. Right now we've got a couple of dwarves buried, and we got more ready to go in case dwarves come up. And did we set these? Okay, we set them all to be individual tombs. So another way that you could do this, similar to the bedrooms, is you could be just creating, like I could come in here and do this, like this, a whole bunch. And then put little doors in front of each one and put a coffin in every single one of these. And then I could do a multi-select and turn them all into tombs all at once. Maybe I'll start doing that because of the way the interface comes. And that might look kind of neat. But I kind of liked just having this big open area with all the dwarves kind of together in one big happy family in death, where their loved ones can come and worship, and not worship, just visit whoever they want. I don't know. I might change my mind and start going towards the other way just to save button clicks, but we'll see. All right, so I'm going to unpause it, and we'll get to going. So, oh, and I did talk about bees, but I didn't actually show it. This is the bees down here, and let's take stock of where we are with that. So we've got 1, 2, and you can see here's a hive ready to go. So it's got the royal jelly and a honeycomb. That's how you know that it's ready to be harvested. It's also ready to be split. So eventually some dwarves, oh, I got an alert. Let me pause it real quick. So that one's ready to be harvested. I expect some dwarves to come grab that pretty soon. Here's another one that's ready. So I got a couple ready for harvest, 3 ready for harvest. This one and this one are ready to be split. So what's going to happen, these ones aren't harvested. So you see that there's no check here. So what's going to happen is these other ones that do have the checks for gathering, eventually a dwarf's going to come by, and when that happens, all of this will get cleared out. The only thing that's going to be left is the andesite hive at the top. And what they'll do is they'll take one of these ones and they'll split it. It'll go back to not ready to be split, and this will go back to just being a live honeybee, and they'll fill it into here. And then both of these will have to grow back up again. And so that's just kind of what happens. These are my 2 feeder beehives into my other 8 hives, and they'll just continue to do that. And all of it's automatic now that I've got it built up. All right, let's see what this alert is. The miner's been, oh, that's probably just because of the wrens. I think we already knew about that one, and that's, oh, dwarven child. You know, we had that giant wolverine. Let's see how this dwarven child's doing. I must withdraw. He's not doing so good. So he's probably got his butt kicked by this wren. Oh man, actually it did pretty good against that giant wren. Did the child kill a giant wren before it? Let's find out. No. But what do we got? I don't know. Maybe he injured one enough that it'll bleed out. Sometimes there's injuries, either for your dwarves or the wildlife, where they got enough injuries to kill them, but it'll take a little while to die. So that dwarven child looked like it did some damage. We'll see if that stays. What is this? Giant coyote nail crown. I don't know where that came from or whose that is. This is a giant coyote nail crown. I don't know who got that or where that came from, but okay. This right here, this is the first episode you're seeing. So what I did here is that there's a lot of invisible enemies that come on the map. And, oh, another alert. Oh, we got an elven caravan. Oh, you guys get to figure out how I deal with elves. That's gonna be fun. I get my broker there to deal with these elves. And I got a masterpiece copper axe. That's good to see. So let's unpause this for a little bit. Went down too far. Did they leave it? No. So somebody may have grabbed that copper, that axe. But what you would see happen, if nobody's grabbed it yet, is that the masterpiece copper axe would have shown up in this one here at the bottom, because I made that the masterpiece and artifact, whereas this one up here is non-masterpiece. But I don't see it, so it might be that a dwarf just grabbed it, because I didn't have enough dwarfs with weapons yet. So it might be that Lucky Dwarf has a masterpiece. Oh, we got some elephants. That's pretty nice. All right, trade. All right, so this is how I deal with elves. Elves show up with terrible armor, usually wooden, when they show up with an army. Plus, I just don't like elves. They don't like when I chop down trees. They get upset if I try to trade them wooden goods. So what I do with elves is they come to trade. I hit mark all, and I hit seize. All your stuff is belong to me. And I do that until they either stop showing up or they come fight me. And if they come fight me, I kill them and take all their stuff. And after that happens, sweet. Looks like we had another, oh yeah, we got a copper statue of dwarves. That's pretty cool. An heirloom. We might actually put that in a temple to really raise the value of that. So now what you'll see is an elven caravan showed up. They arrived and loaded their goods. The merchants will be leaving soon. So they're leaving soon because they just got all of their goods seized, and there's nothing they can do about this. You can actually do this to the dwarves as well. I wouldn't recommend it because it doesn't help you get any closer towards making yourself the dwarven home, where you have the dwarven king and royalty there. Plus, the dwarves just have the best stuff to trade with. You could trade the most value away. But you could just seize it. The dwarves are also show up with some pretty nasty armies if you piss them off enough. So I always steal from the elves, and I sometimes steal from the humans too. You can do what you want in your games, obviously. I'm not saying you have to steal from the elves, but if you want to be a dwarf, just saying. All right, we've got orders for all of these to come up. What I'm not sure, it's been a while, I don't know for building fortifications, if I can build it straight on top of a floor, or if I need to put it somewhere else. I'm just gonna find out. I'll keep building. Oh, I also got someone in my chat say use closest material is better for when I don't care. So I'm gonna swap over to that and see how I like that. All right, so there we go. Yeah, I don't even have to select anything. So here's the problem with the uses closest material. They are probably not going to use blocks versus other stuff. So I'm actually going to clear that out because, oh, I didn't. Hold on a sec. I thought that was the remove my, oh no, not those orders. Okay, so I want construction. Oh, how did I forgot how to clear this. Oh yeah, cancel. So I just have to do that one at a time. So let me cancel that. So for these where I care about using blocks, I don't know that I can use closest. I'll use that for the furniture. I'm not going to use it for these constructions because I definitely want to be more efficient and use blocks. So we'll go to fortifications. I don't know, but it looks like I can build these just right on top of here, which is nice. Oh no, I didn't want it. Ah, come on. Here I am messing up. Cancel these all back out again. So I'll have to just toggle back and forth when I'm doing a construction versus when I'm doing furniture. But I'll see if I'll probably like that a lot more when I'm starting to do furniture. All right, so construction, fortification, select the material. And I don't know how many blocks I have. See, like closest right now would be the andesite, which would be the really heavy blocks. So it'll take them a lot longer to walk here. And when we break the andesite down into blocks, we get a 4-to-1 ratio. But I don't actually see too many blocks. So I'm actually not going to start the fortifications yet. I don't know if fortifications get damaged at all. Probably not. I probably could just use wood, but I want to use blocks, stone blocks for it. I know I used a little bit of wood on the floor up there, if you remember from last time, but I think I want all my fortifications to be out of stone. All right, did we dig this out yet? We haven't dug that out yet. Why would they dig that out? Still sparring, and some migrants for, oh, we're already up to 44, 45. There we go, 46, 47. Oh man, I might have to make more homes. Look at that. So we got 20 something, and it's still climbing in one wave. 25, 26, 27. So this is happening because of how much. Oh man, I am going to need new rooms tonight. I was not expecting to get that good of response. We're gonna go. I dug this out. That's kind of annoying. You know what I could do is I could just make a hallway on the other side of this, like this, right? And then come up this direction with it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what I'm trying to do is a little bit of making it look good, and then also a little bit of just efficiency on walk distance. So when they get to this level, they're going to be right here. And I'm trying to a little bit minimize how far they have to walk to from here to get to rooms. So if I just kept going this way and putting rooms down, that's a lot longer than just turning the corner here and coming up here. And I'm actually going to do, because I had so many dwarves show up with that one wave, I'm kind of thinking that I'm going to get another big wave. Yeah, I got 30 dwarves in that one wave. So I'm thinking my fortress is going to balloon pretty heavily. And that's because of that large export of gems that I had last time around. So I'll do this. We'll get another 40. Oh, we got a petition. Let's see what that petition is. I'll pause it there. All right, so we got a straight U, got that. Masterpiece copper crossbow, nice. Oh, since the crossbows aren't being taken by anybody, I'll actually show that in my... So here you can see we've got copper crossbow. You see the little, like, it almost looks like a gear up at the top, center of the screen. So that is the symbol for masterpiece. There's all kinds of different symbols. You can see there's copper crossbow with nothing on either side. You got like those triple lines, single lines, a plus. Those are different levels of, and if we, if we click on this, come here, what do I want to look at? Did I just, okay, no, how do I, there we go. Exceptional is triple line, and then the single line here, this is a well crafted, and then the plus up here, this is a finely crafted. So there's, you can see there's just different levels of crafting when you're getting on these, and masterwork is not the best, but it's the best that you can just craft easily. The artifact is the next level up from that, but the only way you can make that is if you get one of the dwarves to have that inspiration and they happen to make a weapon. There are some guides on the wiki for how you can go about trying to force more weapon inspirations. I don't bother with it. Masterwork, steel, battle axes are deadly enough that I don't care about going heavier than that. All right, but merchants have embarked, become some wrestlers. Farmer guild has been established. So this petition is probably to create a guild for the farmer guild. Let's find out. All right. The Foggy Company has many members. Right now requires a guild hall, and it's a farmer guild. Sure, we'll do that. All right. So a guild hall is kind of similar to a temple, in that it needs some space. And we'll put our guild halls, you know, we're going to put our guild halls up here on the same level as my workshops. So just off to the right here. And I'm going to make my guild halls about the same space as my temples. So we'll do 6 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there we go. We're going to have a guild hall, and that's going to go to the Farmers Guild. And that just happens when you get enough people of the same profession. Generally, they'll request a guild hall. And most likely what happened is a whole bunch of farmers probably showed up with this wave of dwarves. Oh, we have so many children. Okay. And so if I look here, yeah, so I've just got all kinds of people who are showing up. So, and the guild halls, they're kind of nice because once you build them, the dwarves will kind of share knowledge with each other. And it's kind of like a barracks for civilian jobs. Plus it gives them something to kind of do when they're not busy with other jobs, and still works on their skill, but improves some happiness. Man, I got some really unhappy dwarves. I gotta see if I could do something about that before these guys just go nuts on me. Be with friends, acquire object. So this is, he's a digger. Maybe I just won't dig anything out for a little while to help that person so they can get more happiness. Let's see the next person. Detail wall. So this is most likely my engraver. They got a lot of stuff to do, huh? I don't know if I can help you out with that. Pray to lure it. We've got that. Eat, good meal, socialize. All right, you know what? What we're going to do is, you're not going to be engraver anymore. Let's find someone else who's not quite so angry about life and have them go engrave. All right. So you're selected as an engraver for some reason. New person, I guess. But how many engravers we got? Dabbling engraver. Do we have anybody else that's got some stone working? No. So let's just pick somebody here that, yeah, like this boa right here. You can go start helping out. And actually, we can put a couple of people. The fish cleaner. Fish cleaners are great because I haven't started my fishing. Maybe we'll do that tonight too. Maybe I'll start up my fishing. All right, so that should help with the engraving. Let's go back to the dwarves and see about. Oh, I can unpause it. Go back to the dwarves and check out the next one. So we got that person, that person. Oh, we got a child angry and another child angry. There's nothing I can do about the children being angry. That's just too bad. So I think I'll just. Oh, I can actually go to this other one that's been digging and unhappy about it. Digging and unhappy about it is Dastot. All right, Dastot. Where are you? All right, you stop. Go do something else. I can give you no jobs. But I'll make you a miner because you're showing up. And actually, we're going to take you both off of this so you can do other stuff because we've got 4 miners. Actually, we'll probably put a 5th miner on there. We'll make someone else. A leather worker, thresher. Do we have enough woodcutters? Yeah, we got 5 woodcutters. That's fine. Hunters, none of them. Good. No fishers, right? All right, no hunting and fishing for right now. Still 2 planters. That's fine. Gem cutting, still just 1. 2 weaponsmiths, 2 armor smiths, and we got them set to just do that. Yeah, that's fine. We'll leave it like that. All right, man, 60 dwarves. That's good. That's good. That's going to allow just all the jobs in general to go a lot faster. Oh, do we have... I need to set up a hospital. Do we have some hospital types? Purple. Oh, let me go to this. Purple. No. I don't see anyone. So hopefully in the next wave we'll get somebody that shows up as well. You know what I can do? It might be that they have done some other work and they don't. So let me just do diagnosis for now. So we got a novice is the best we got. That's not good enough. All right. If you get a pretty good medical dwarf show up, you're going to want to set them as to diagnose as pretty much their only job, and you want only them to do it. And then some of those other jobs, you might be the same thing, like setting bones and doing surgery. You're going to want a surgeon. You're going to want a bone setter. Otherwise, dwarves can get some pretty terrible health care, and you don't want dwarves getting bad health care. So you want to make sure that people with good skills have it, and people with good skills will show up eventually to your fort. So I pretty much don't worry about doing any of that until I get some of those that show up. All right. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Andesite throne with like some stuff. Or is that just? Oh, it's just got some seeds on there. Okay. So they've just been eating food, and as they ate, it left some stuff on the. So they'll come pick that up later. Okay. So I want to build some more stuff here. So furniture, tables, and now we're going to use closest because I don't care. And let's see how this works. All right, that's nice. Lot less clicks. I don't have to select each one. Yeah, I like this a lot better for furniture since I don't personally care. And then we're not having to select. And then no table. Okay. Yes, that's a lot better for furniture. We'll probably do that. Now, obviously, if you care about what type you are going to use for these, you're not going to want to do it this way. But if you don't care, this is a lot easier for use closest. All right, so I ran out of thrones. Nice. All right, so thank you to the comments section. All right, workshop, farming. No, yeah, farming. We want to make a butcher. Right there. I don't care for. Oh man. All right, I'm just gonna leave it. So for these ones, I do care about picking what I want. I'm not going to redo that one, though. And then I need a tanner. This is, I get to pick. And I'm going to pick a block. All right. So we got the tanner and the butcher going. Some of the orders for that are automatically automated. So if you come to standard orders here, we got automatically we're slaughtering any marked animal. So if I just go to an animal and say slaughter this, it's going to go. And plus I have automatically butcher carcasses. Plus I have, I thought there was an automatic tannin too. Why don't I see? Oh yeah, automatic tannery. So this, it should just all go automatically as soon as I just tell an animal to go get butchered. Oh, I wonder if I grabbed any leather with me stealing from the elves. Did I steal any leather from the elves? I don't see any leather from the elves. Let's take a look at quivers. I stole 3 quivers from the elves. I'll take that. That's good enough. All right, so I can make some marksdwarves. 3 of them. All right, so we're gonna come up to the top here. We're going to come up to here. Now, I don't know how well this is going to work. So, first of all, why is this suspended? We'll start that back up again. So, we've got just... All right, so this is coming up. So, we've got 1, 2. We only got 2 layers out. I wanted to go... Yeah, so it's only 1. I want to go a second layer out before I start. All right, so we need to build again then. Construct... floor, and I select the material. Yes, I still want to select the material. All right, so we're going to go through our blocks, but we don't have enough blocks, so we're actually going to have to use wood for a bunch of this, but that's okay. We'll use wood. Oh. No, not furniture, construct. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm finishing off this layer out to 2, and that's going to make it so that it's near impossible to scale the wall that I've built. So if we start from the bottom, we've got walls around here. Next layer up, we got walls here, and they can technically climb that sometimes, so they can like climb up this wall and then make it out to the outside of this wall because it's only 1 square over. So sometimes they can make that climb jump. But then coming up from there, I'm gonna have 2 more out, so they can't really like jump from the side of this wall all the way out 2 squares out to this. So that's why I'm going to do it that way. And then I'm going to put fortifications around this, but I'm going to wait for the blocks of those fortifications. Now what I'm wondering is, if I do a barracks, can I make it just... Alright, so what happens if I do it like this? We'll see. We'll see if that works where they kind of like stay up on top. I don't know because there's not a floor. We're going to see what happens if I do it that way. Actually, let me try something else too. So can I add a barracks like this and then just keep painting like this? Oh yeah, I can. See, this is really what I want. So I want the barrack shape to be around like that. I'm going to accept that. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so this, I'm actually going to rename this one. Let's do Tower Barracks. Alright, the Tower Barracks is done. Now, what I'm going to do is get some... I'm going to start with just 3 because that's all I have. I'm going to create a new squad. Getting some delay. Archers. And... let's see, these guys are going to be, we'll call them blue triangles, sure. Assign the leader. Do I have any? As you can see, the yellow here, the last armor's position, whatever. So that's telling you they're in another squad. Oh, we have a competent bowman here. Yeah, that's a good one to have in here. And so you don't want to take people. Oh, that's my manager though. We're not going to take that. Competent bow dwarf weaponsmith. No. Fortunately, competent bow dwarf planter. Yeah, we could take that one, especially since you're not actually assigned to planting. So you're not going to want to take the dwarves that are in another squad. Otherwise, unless you do want them to come out of that squad and come to this squad. But generally speaking, you're not going to want that to happen. All right, so I got 3 competent dwarves. They've got the uniform that's going to have the bow. Now what I'm going to want to do is start producing some bolts for them. Oh, I've also got an alert. What do I got here? A blacksmith has been found dead. I wonder where he's been found dead. Alright. Okay. So back to squads. Now these guys, I want to select this and go to the schedule on them. And we want them to train constantly. Do we want to do constantly? No, we still probably want to have them off every now and then. Now before, I did the 4th month was off duty. What I'm going to do is do the 3rd month to start off, but then again rotate it so it's 3 months on, 3 months off. And so this means that they're not going to have the same months off as the other squad. It's going to be off by... their off duty is not going to be the same off duty as the other guys. So you won't ever see both squads off duty. All right. So these is the rough sects. So that's a terrible name. I'm sure you all love that one. All right, let's go back to this, and we're gonna assign these guys to train here, and all of that. And so this time, what we're gonna need to do is actually put some chests up here to store the bolts, along with the armor stands and that kind of stuff. So furniture, chest, use closest, that's fine. So I'm gonna put maybe on the corners here like this. That looks kind of neat. And then let's find to see if we've gotten some military, got some armor stands, weapon racks. We could eventually get up to 10 dwarves, so that's 8. Oh, now it's 8. So we'll do 9, 10. And finally, military armor stands. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, there we go. So they'll put that stuff up. And what we're going to want to do as well is find a way. Now, I haven't done this in a while, so how do we decide how much ammo we store here? I don't know off the bat. Assign a new existing location to this zone. Tower barracks. No. All right, so I'm going to have to try to figure out how we get some bolts here. It might be once the chests are built. Blacksmith found dead. I hope he wasn't one of my good ones. Let me see if that was one of my 2s or 3s. Weaponsmith. He was one of my weaponsmiths. All right, fine. So you're my new. It wasn't my legendary. He was supposed to just be doing that, and he went outside and got himself killed instead. I don't know what he was doing. Nobody can explain it. He was supposed to be weaponsmith, and instead he was running around fighting wrens. I'm going to say that's his fault and not mine. I think you're all on board with me. All right. So we need... I'll see. So here's all kinds of non-masterwork items. So here, we're going to come down to here. We're going to do designated item for Melton. All of those guys. And then over here, designate all of those ones. Melt all that stuff down because it's not masterwork. We want all masterwork all the time. Oh my goodness, so much fighting. Oh, we got some giant keys as well. That's part of the problem. Is we got another wave of animals showing up. All right. Oh, a giant cardinal. So the wrens are gone. There's only one giant key left. And there's a whole bunch of giant cardinals as well. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and we're down to 59 pop. That's one guy that died. Yeah, it's just... I am getting the birds all over the place. But hopefully, if I can find a way to get some ammo for them, hopefully this will be all right. Let me see. We need to build some ammo, though. All right, so bolt. We're going to do some copper bolts. How many copper bolts do I want? I want to forge, I don't know, 1 billion of these. Amount of copper bolts available is less than 250. 200. I don't know that matters. So if it's less than 200, you go make some bolts. How many bolts do we want to make? If there's not, we'll make 20 bolts. Now what I'm not sure is how many we actually get that way, when you make a set of bolts, one or one bar is going to make 25 bolts. So I don't know if making 20 bolts means I'm actually going to do 20 times 25 and get, what is that, like 500 or something like that, or some ridiculous amount. So every 4 is 100. So so it'll be like 500 bolts. Or if it's going to count, one bar is 25, so I make one bar and we blow through it. I'm not actually sure what's going to happen. It's been a while since I made bolts and marks dwarves. Usually I don't have this bird problem like this. All right. Also, what I want to do I want to get some more leather? I don't know that. I don't really care about that. All right. I think. Do I have the? I don't know how to get the bolts up there. We're gonna have to experiment on how we get bolts up there. I'm hoping I can just like click on a chest maybe that's in there. Yeah, there we go. So we got a chest. Nothing. How would I tell a dwarf to haul bolts over here? Put them in the blacks. Because what I do know that I want bolts available. I wonder if dwarves are just going to know to do it. They might actually just know. Let's go look at the standing orders, actually. All right, so standing orders. Sieges and forbid used ammunition. I'm good with that. Work orders, justice, nobles, creatures, tasks. Locations. Oh, we've got some needs here for. I've got a mayor now. All right, I got to show you how to do that. We'll do that next. No, don't show me. I know how to do justice. We'll get to justice eventually too. All right, I'm gonna go check to see if we built the room, dug out the room for the. And we still don't have that yet, so we'll stand by on that one. We got the bolts being made. They're not ready yet, so we'll try to figure that out in a little bit. So let's go ahead and get the housing done for our mayor. This level's getting. You know what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring it this way. So we'll go around the corner here and keep going this way, and let's make our first mayor thing. So what I like to do is I create a room that's 5 by 2, a 3 by 3, and a 2 by, and I connect this one here, and this one here. And so what a mayor and a lot of your nobles is going to need is they're going to need a study, a dining room, and a bedroom that's all just theirs. And so what I usually do is I do when you come in is a dining room. This is going to be their study, and this is going to be their bedroom. I put doors in here. I'm actually going to smooth this all down. How's the engraving and smoothing going, by the way? Go see my temples. Still got a lot of smoothing left on the top, but I got a whole bunch of dwarves now. Let me help these guys out. Stone cutters, we got 2. We can get you some more help. You go help out when you're not doing other stuff. You go help out, and you go help out. There we go. Got a lot of smoothers. The smoothers I don't really care as much. With the engravers, you kind of want them to have not too many. Because the engraven has a quality level where I don't think smoothing does. It's just smoothed or not. So you can have lots of smoothers, but you actually want just a few engravers. It used to be that it was kind of the same job. And so by smoothing, you'd want to smooth a whole bunch of stuff. And then once they became really good, then start engraving once the skills were up there. Now, since it's 2 different things, I think you just are going to have a lot of smoothers so it goes quickly. And then the engravers, you're just going to have to do just a couple of engravers. and it makes sense. In fact, I could probably give a lot more people this smoothing, or maybe, you know what? I think I'm gonna go the other way with it. I'm gonna just do this, boom, and just take these off completely, and just have everybody do the smoothing. That's what I'm gonna do. Everyone can smooth. Free for all. I don't know if that was a bad thing or not. We'll find out. I might change my mind there. All right, so we have another barracks. We can start down here. Barracks. Barracks, accept. All right, so we're gonna need another squad there. I don't know if I'm ready to do another squad. I don't know that it'll hurt anything. Let's see if we can find a new squad. New militia captain. Oh, actually no. I want to make a new uniform with them. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait a while. No, I want to show you. Making a uniform. So yeah, let's create a new squad. New militia captain, and we're gonna do no uniform for a second because we're just gonna do add a uniform here. All right, so uniform name Warhammer squad. All right, so new body wear is I'm gonna put some male shirts. The material is just any metal. Another new body wear, breastplate. So a breastplate can go over the metal male shirt. Any metal is fine. Headwear, I like the helms. Material, metal. New leg wear, I like to go with the greaves. Now what you're going to want to do for this is either do what I'm doing, exactly, or you're going to want to go to the wiki and take a look at all your different options. You're actually going to probably want to do both of these things because you're going to want to know why I'm doing it and that kind of stuff. Because what I'm building kind of covers everything, and you're going to want to do a similar type of setup, or you're going to want to make your own decision about that kind of stuff. So Warhammer, material, silver. All right, so this is going to be my silver Warhammer, but the reason I just put metal male shirts and that kind of stuff is there's only copper right now, but eventually I'm going to want to do steel. So later I'm going to come back and redo this for steel once I start making steel. All right, and then assign Warhammer to the squad. All right. And now let's find some people. Not a hammer dwarf. You are now. So nobody's a hammer dwarf, but that's okay because we've got lots of people that are going to be fine to be a hammer dwarf going forward. We got 2 mayors. I don't know. Oh no, mayor, manager, and a mayor. Okay, well, that's fine. Brewer, herbalist. Yeah, you can come. I'm generally just looking for people that I don't care about them enough to keep them out of the military. Like I haven't assigned them a job. They don't have something that is specific that I need them to do. I'm finding those people so that I can add them to the military, and then what they're going to do is the military stuff, and then when they're off, they can just help out. All right, so back to squads. I got that one selected. Schedule. So view the monthly. Their constant training is what I'm going to pick again. But I'm copy the off-duty. And so this one is going to be the second one down to begin with. So again, I want them to have 3 months on, 1 month off, but now they're going to be interspersed with the other 2. Did I mess up somehow? 1, 2, 3. No, I'm good. I'm good. We got another alert. What's going on? Snatcher, protect the children. Oh, okay, I get to show you that. Alright, so they're on constant training. I just need to tell them where to go, because I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to do that before I... the charcoal gems, get all of those. And I'm probably going to have to wait to fill it up with stuff because I just did it elsewhere. So Snatcher, protect the children is these goblin thieves. So the reason that they showed up is because they tried to get underneath my dogs, and my dogs saw them, and they showed up. And my dwarves may have found them out. I don't know. It looks like they came during a month that they just happened to be off. So I'm going to select these guys and tell them to come kill this guy. There we go. And since I got 2 squads now, I'm going to select this squad. Well, 2 squads that I want to actually move around and tell it to come kill this one. There we go. Got 2 squads of people going after goblins. And do I have... I got this guy up here. Let's see what you got for items. So we've got a crossbow. We've got a quiver. I don't see any bolts yet out of you. So we gotta figure that out. But we might not have made any bolts yet. Let me see. We have forged some copper bolts. We gotta figure out how to get you some copper bolts. Alright, so the snatchers should be taken care of. Mandated the construction of goods. Of course you have. Became mayor and immediately wanted something. So what does he want us? Make a crossbow. That is going to get solved immediately because I already have it being made. I believe, anyways. Let's see. Make a crossbow. Make a crossbow. I might not, because I might not have cared. Because I think I just did the one run and I don't have them remaking crossbows. That's right. Alright, so crossbow, copper crossbow. We will make one of those, sure. And that makes him happy. What happens if you don't do that is he'll pick a random dwarf in your fortress and decide that he's the one that screwed that up and didn't make... I don't know how they decide which dwarf it is that screwed up and didn't follow his orders, but he will pick a dwarf and say, you didn't follow my orders and I am going to punish you now. So you don't want to have that happen to a random dwarf, so you usually want to try to have those orders followed if you can. Or you just, I don't know why it didn't go there. Oh, I do know. That's fine. Meeting area. Accept that, and we're going to assign this guild hall to the farmers because that's who asked for it. And I'll show you something once we get that there. So the farmers. Alright, now when we see this, we go into here, we agreed to build a guild hall. Right now it's just a meeting place with 100 value. The next is at 2,000, and I believe the next is the guild hall. So there, this right here, agreed to build the guild hall, is that request that they had. And so we're going to go ahead and start increasing the value of it. We're going to get to that 2,000. The thing I'm going to start with first of all is just smoothing it down. That's going to increase the value. So it's at 100 right now. I'll show you what the value is just with it smoothed down, and then we'll go to the next level. So I don't need that anymore. Goblin Thief is fighting. Militia captains are attacking. They're running away. Alright. I can always go in here and look. So that we have still the 2 kill orders, so none of them have died yet. We will unpause it and let it go. Dwarves are probably running all over the map trying to get those thieves. The thieves sometimes when they're found out, they just run away to the edge of the map and try to get off. So that's probably what happened. If the thieves aren't found out, what they'll do is they'll steal something from you. Could be a child. Sometimes they come for your artifacts, which is kind of annoying. Dwarven child found dead. Yeah, okay. Life is tough for... Alright, so we've got some wood arrows. I don't care about those things. What if I select the arrows themselves? I don't know. Let's see. You, items. Do you got... Still don't see any bolts. Can I select this? Permanent part. Toggle the dump status. I might have to search this and ask some questions about how to get bolts to here for them to actually use. I know if I can get some bolts here that they will take it out of the chests. I just don't know quite yet how to get them to actually get... They will store squad level equipment here such as ammunition. Good. How do I get them to store the ammunition there? I don't know. Maybe they'll do it automatically once I get enough bolts. I don't know. I'll give it some more time. Oh, let me... What you used to be able to do is assign these rooms not to a specific person, but to like just assign manager position. And I don't see a way to do that anymore. It used to just you could basically redo it whenever somebody changed, which was nice. So if I go to nobles, maybe I could do it from this screen. So I've got my bookkeeper here, and my manager is both Godin. Yeah. But if I do, yeah, so if I click on this, no. What if, so that would be adding a new person. I don't know how I do that anymore. Yeah, I used to be able to just, when you'd click on the room, there used to be a command for the room itself. When you're assigning the room, you'd click on the chair actually, or something like that is how you picked a room. And you used to be able to, instead of one of these, instead of a dwarf, you'd assign it to essentially a position, and then whoever became the manager would just swap over. I don't see that option anymore, unfortunately. But such is life. Okay, so we've got a couple of things. So with this, we want these things to be kind of high value when you're making these nobles quarters. So what I'm going to do is smooth it, but I'm also going to, when I go into the door here, I'm going to show something I haven't done before. So I'm going to pick the material for this, and when I pick this, I'm going to click this arrow, and it gives me a breakdown of how valuable it is. And I believe that the values go, if I'm remembering right, it's nothing, 1 line, 3 lines, plus, and then a star looking thin, and then the gear. So I think this is the most valuable one here. So we're going to do that one, and then we're going to do one of these, and then we're going to do one of these. All right, and then we're also going to look for furniture, a bed, put it here in his room, and let's see, so we got a star there. Oh, there we go. We got a masterwork bed. We only need the 1 bed. We're going to put, he's going to want some tables, furniture, table. So we'll have 1 table in here, and I'm going to put it right here. Table. That one's pretty good. That means his study's not going to be great because there's nothing else. Okay. Got a couple of those. We'll get some chairs. So a chair here. We'll put the lower quality one because the study needed some help. There we go. And then we need a chest or two. So I'm gonna put a chest over here. Lots of choices. Do we got any masterwork chests? I know I've seen some messages on them. There's a masterwork chest. Put another chest over here. Maybe we get another masterwork one. I don't see another masterwork one, but there was this one. We'll also put a cabinet in here. Cabinet. That one. We'll put, and some of what he wants is just valuable rooms, and some of what he wants is actual like armor stands and weapon racks. Oh, we don't have any weapon racks. Do we have an armor stand? We might not have any of these. We might have burned through them all. No, we do have one. All right, so I'll actually go and see what he has. So he needs, we come into here, the mayor would like, I'll start with this. So he needs a decent study, decent quarters, a dining room, decent dining room. And that's all he needs right now, it looks like. Later he gets more needs, and then that's the same person, so that's why it's showing needs. Normally a broker doesn't need stuff like this, but because the broker is the mayor, that's why it's showing the same needs for him here as it was before. Oh no, if I mouse over that. So he also wants one armor rack and one armor stand. And he also needs 2 chests and a cabinet. So I gave him the 2 chests and a cabinet in his room. I gave him the armor stand, but the weapon rack's not ready yet. So we'll get all of that going as soon as we can. All right, and we need to make some more rooms. So bed. Now we're gonna use closest because I don't care for these ones. Yeah, I figured I'd be out of beds when I get to that. All right, door, use closest. I think there wasn't very many doors. I don't remember, yeah. So we'll run out of those real quick. And chests. Oh, it's probably been a while since I grabbed some wood. So we're gonna go outside and designate some more trees to be chopped down. Oh, we got another alert. I'm gonna pause it here and go see what that alert is. Cabinets. Oh, start over here actually. Oh, no, we're out. What do I got? Human caravan. All right, so we'll trade with the humans. Yeah, we'll trade with the humans. Like I said, sometimes I steal from the humans too, but you know what? We're gonna be nice today. Cut gems. Let's see what we can get from the humans. So a couple things I'm gonna look for. I don't like making soap industry. That's annoying. And I need some powder because sometimes getting gypsum powder is rare on a map. So I'm gonna be looking for casts and soap in case I need to get a hospital up and running. And I'm gonna be looking for some leather. So that's my personal what I'm gonna be looking for. And then I'm just gonna see what else they have. And I got a lot of gems to work with to deal with that. Alright, do you got bolts yet? I still don't see any bolts. Oh, diplomacy. Let's see. Oh, so oh no, so they're just make requests. Okay, well, I guess I can get something from the humans too. Leather. Yeah. You know what? You can go ahead and bring me some leather. I don't care what type. Bring me anything you want. I like. That's good enough. You can bring me leather. What I don't know is if I can actually make high boots or not. something in the back of my mind is saying that I can't make high boots. So I'm going to request high boots from the humans because I can't remember if I can make them or not. If I can't make them myself, I'll have to kind of trade for them for the uniforms. And so that'll help me out with that. All right, lots of copper and silver bars. I got nothing in the charcoal. Barely any logs left. Yeah, I'm gonna need to start chopping some trees. All right, we're gonna go up a couple levels here. So this is kind of up the hill from where my other stuff is, but it's perfectly fine to use. So it's actually pretty close to the entrance. It's just up a couple levels from the entrance. So I'm actually going up to do that, and I find a bunch of stuff up here. So that's the way I'm going to get to a bunch of these trees. And there we go. Plus, it's probably where the birds are, and they can go and choppers, get some nice axes. Maybe the axes can take out the birds. We'll see how that works. All right, I got my broker there, but all right, there we go. I won't do mark all. So what do I got for value? 3,400. Let's see what they got. They got a falcon. I don't know. They want to train a falcon. Some wine, some drinks, some picks. I don't care about that. Some radishes. I could plant some radishes maybe. I don't know. You got some leather? Yeah, we got some leather. Alright, we'll get the leather. Got some more leather. We'll grab that. You know what? We're going to take the cloth too. Because I'm probably going to need to start making some clothing for my dwarves so they can replace stuff as it wears out. So we'll grab leather and cloth. It doesn't look like I'm going to get much else from these guys. Let's see what they got for... we'll take one more thing of cloth. Let's see if they got some food that I might want. Yeah, we'll take all your meat. We'll take all your fish. That looks pretty good. We'll trade that. There we go. We got some... more variety in food. We got some leather and cloth so I can make some quivers. Let's go ahead and just queue those quivers up and make a leather quiver. I need like 7 of them, right? Because I already have 3. And I'm going to need a shop to actually do those quivers. So we'll put the shop right here. Look good. Can I fit you? No, one more over. Alright, we'll put it there. Alright, let's go back to this and show you the value. So it used to be 100. Let's see what we're looking at now. So now we're up to 446. Next at 2,000. So the next thing we're going to do to increase the value on this one is to engrave it. And I'm starting with engraving and smoothing because I like to toss some statues in here, and the statues are good for value, but they also block your access to the walls to actually do the engraving. So you want to get those done first before you start putting statues in there. Giant chipmunk is fighting. Oh, let me see if we killed off those. We still got one goblin thief that hasn't been found out, I guess. Let me see. What do we got? But the thief isn't here. I don't know. I don't see the thief, boys. I don't know what you're doing. We're going to cancel that order. Alright. So we got a lot of merchants. So we don't have to worry about them. Besides the merchants, we just got a great horned owl. A couple great horned owls. So anything else that was here is now gone. So we're pretty light. And let me see. We just got the one goblin thief. The giant chipmunks are already dead. The bobcat's dead. All those giant keys got killed off. All the wrens got killed off. We have way more wrens than I thought. So 9 wrens, 7 keys, This place is getting violent. Got those wolverines died. 2 giant wolverines. I'm liking the violence. I mean, it's too bad it's so violent here. Alright, I guess when I placed that furniture, it killed the smooth order, so I'm going to go back and reorder that smoothing. So it'll do all those back again. It's a little weird that it does that, but that's fine. So if we come back, oh no, we need to actually assign these rooms. All right, so we need to make a bedroom. Paint this as a bedroom. Accept and assign it to my mayor. Where's my mayor at? There's a mayor. Mayor. And then you can see here that it looks like the mayor is married to the weaponsmith, so that's why both showed up when that happened. All right, now we actually need to make an office. Office. Right here. Office, accept, and assign that to my mayor. Again, both show up because they're a married couple. And finally, we want to make a dining hall. Dining hall, accept, and give that to my mayor. All right, so the mayor's got all 3 of those. We do need a weapon rack. Let's see if one of those got built yet. Military, weapon rack. Select the material. Still no weapon racks. Something has collapsed on the surface. Woodcutter found. So when you see this, something has collapsed on the surface. Woodcutter found dead. That means woodcutter cut down a tree and landed on his own head. So that's kind of funny. Some migrants have arrived. Oh, okay, excellent. Population's going back up again. So that's sometimes what happens. My daughter actually started playing a game today. My kids are helping me with my stats. They decided to watch the ones that I made, and my daughter was excited about it, and so she wanted to play some games. And so she, her dwarves embarked. She told her dwarves to chop down some trees, and she was down to 6 dwarves within the first, 25 minutes of playing, if that. Came crying to me, wondering what happened, and she learned about the fun of Dwarf Fortress firsthand. So them's the breaks. Alright. I'm not seeing a lot of... They must just be burning through the charcoal as quick as they're making it still. So I think that's all that's happening. I think I might... Maybe I'll assign some people to constantly wood burn. I don't know if I want to do that or not. A little bit leery of doing something like that, just because it's kind of useless if they don't do it. Of course, I guess they could be really happy dwarves if we don't get around to it. All right. So I think I'm gonna give this a shot. Now here's the decision point is if I dig a hole in here and start filling this up with water and a force arrives, this is going, you know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you something else pretty neat. So we're going to do a construction. We're going to do another bridge right here. Boom. That's what we're going to do. And what I'm going to do is take the lever that's been assigned down here, which is linked, right? Yeah. Show linked buildings. Yeah, the andesite bridge. So I'm going to link this lever to both bridges. And so when we pull the lever, they're both going to raise. And that'll just protect this other thin dwarven child fell down. Yeah, okay. We did trade here, right? And we don't need the trader anymore. So they're happy. We exported some more value. Oh, birth to puppies. Excellent. Oh, do we have any other dogs previously that need some training? I don't see any. We got plenty of leather, so I don't need... Oh, did we dig out? We dug that out. All right, so we need another workshop. We need... Oh, clothing and leather. There we go. Leather shop. Man, why? Where are my... I don't know. Am I not making any blocks? Are you all done making blocks? I don't see any blocks. Did that somehow get removed? Make rock blocks. Make rock blocks. I don't know. Maybe it's I got too many. I might have too much stone stuff going on. I'm gonna add a second one here. Help out with the demand. We got plenty of stone there, but I do have a lot of stone requests. So I think what I'm going to do is actually come down to this level as well and give myself just some stone. Alert. Cheese maker found dead. Now, why would a cheese maker be found dead? Oh, okay. Okay. All right, dwarves, come up here and kill this thing off. Let's see if you can. Giant peach-faced what? A giant peach-faced lovebird. Who knew that giant peach-faced lovebirds would be so deadly? I know I didn't. Farmer found dead. Cheesemaker found dead. Maybe I need to put a bunch of marksdwarves up here. Of course, they have no masterpiece copper bolts. Well, thank you for doing that. Oh my goodness. Something has collapsed on the surface. Sometimes this game is a bit crazy. And sometimes it's really crazy. Alright. I still don't have the bridge done yet, so I still can't connect it. That's okay. We'll work on it. So you see how there's a little bit of water in this pool here? It was empty before. So what that just means is that it rained. So when it rains, sometimes these things will fill up. If you don't completely empty them out, these things can actually completely fill back up if you get enough rain. But oftentimes, once you clear it out like this, it's tough for it to come back. We actually could refill it manually by. Do I want to do that? I guess I could show that. Nah, I'm gonna be showing you how we refill manually anyways with another thing, so I don't need to worry about it here. But my dwarves might need a hospital. Let's see if somebody showed up. We've got. Let's go over to labors to check it out. Diagnose. Novice. So if you don't have someone show up with the skills, it means that you're gonna just be having your medical people practice on dwarves until they get it right. It's not a great feeling using dwarves as guinea pigs like that, but I might have to if I don't get someone soon. I'm gonna want the hospital. So I might get stuck with that. Missing for a week. Yeah, that's probably because she got killed by peach-faced lovebirds. Deadly peach-faced lovebirds. I'm filling up my crypts up here. That's for sure. So I go down to my crypt. look at all those. I'm gonna have to put some more down here. That's okay. Burial, use closest. Here we go. Put something on the other side. Well, that's okay. They're taken care of. Their loved ones can come visit them. I'm sure the parents will take solace. Oh, ban on certain exports. Okay. What don't you want me to export? Pain in the butt. Why don't I see your ban on exports? I need a weapon rack still. Export of buckets. Okay, I won't export any buckets. I promise. No, military. I need a weapon rack. Have you finished one yet? Finished one lately? No, still haven't finished a weapon rack. Herbalists have been found dead. Man, these guys are just burning through my dwarves up here. I might not want to put this top layer anymore. This is deadly. Did my dwarves find that one? He's still after that one peach-faced. Agitated giant peach face. Is there something else around here? No, it's these things. I did not think that these things were that deadly. Alright. Well, the other thing is I could be... Is it just that... I don't know what's going on. I don't know why these ones are so much deadlier than some of the other animals, but I guess that's the breaks. Alright, so I got all kinds of copper bolts in here. It looks like it's triggering a one stack on it, but let me look at the copper bolts. If I come in here, not satisfied, less than 200. Okay, so we are going to, let's see, how many stacks do we want? Let's go with 25 stacks. Yeah. Oh, but it's not less than, oh yeah, because we're already over it. No, that was probably fine then. So it's not satisfied. We're more than 25 already. More than 250 already. Okay. But I still don't know how to get them over here. Maybe there's an actual, like, let's check this. Do we have an armor or a weapon, an ammo, something? Archery range zones. Maybe there's a furniture that is an actual ammo container. I don't see something. Maybe cabinets. Nope. Looking at the wrong chest. No. Do you guys have any yet? Alright, so he's got some copper bolts. I don't know where they got copper bolts from, but they got some. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But they got some now, so I'm less worried. I just don't know how to get them all up there. But they seem to be taking care of it now, so I'm gonna not worry. But that also means since they got copper bolts, that means I am going to hunt them with these guys instead, because they got copper bolts. Alright, so there. You guys come kill this then. And let's see how that goes. I don't know where they are. Oh, looks like my other squad killed off one of the other peach face ones. Alright, maybe he's scared. Dwarf has been found dead. Were you found dead? There. What the heck? Why are you dead there? Were you one of my dwarfs here? Yes, you were one of my dwarfs here. Oh my goodness. Sometimes. Alright. Others. The squad. Come kill this guy. I don't know. Just destined to lose dwarves. Alright, we finished that bridge. We're going to go ahead and connect that bridge. Alright, this lever. Link the lever to that bridge. You know what we're also going to do? I need some more traps for when the goblins show up. So let's get some more traps. Some more cage traps. Use closest material, yes. Masterwork bolts. Alright. I guess I should up my squad again. Find another dwarf to replace the one that died. These guys, competent. No, he's already in another squad. Novice marksman. You. I actually can do more because I got those quivers being made. So let's grab some more. Alright, we'll have 10 and 10 and 10. So half our population will now be assigned somewhere militarily. And that's pretty good. Having half your population able to go fight is pretty good. It'll definitely come in handy for if I have to get into a real fight. These birds that keep on showing up, hopefully eventually these marks dwarves will start becoming worthwhile, in which case then I'm gonna get through this these flying things just a lot quicker than I'm currently doing, which will be nice. It also means that with half my army being in the military, some months it's going to be very slow on getting jobs done compared to other months. So that's one of the downsides. Oh, a copper. There's my masterpiece. See, I got a masterpiece copper battle axe right here. Got no masterpiece silver warhammers yet, as far as I know. Yeah, there's another silver warhammer. How am I doing? Lots of silver and copper. Oh, so I was talking about an exploit. I don't remember if I went over this or not. So battle axes, they take 1 bar to make. When you melt them down, they turn into 1.2 bars. So every 5 battle axes you make and then melt down, you actually get 6 bars out of it. Now, I like to use battle axes anyways, regardless of that fact. But the fact that I'm melting down the ones that aren't masterwork and doing it again, technically means I'm mass producing metal. So when I start doing this with steel battle axes, I'm actually gonna make steel as I'm doing it. Until I get to the point where I just start, until I get to the point where I'm making so many masterworks that I'm not melting stuff down. At that point, then I actually will start using them up. But until I get to that point, then it's just bonus for me. Do we have a weapon rack yet? Still no weapon rack. That's okay. Do we have any doors? Some doors. I just have a lot of stuff on the list of stuff to do, and it kind of, the way the list runs is that, let me open this up. So it kind of works from top to bottom, and so things that use the same shop, like I've got a lot of stuff in the stone, it'll run through it and then kind of put it kind of in the back of the queue to run through it again. And that's generally what happens. So that's why some of this stone stuff is just taking some time, is because I only have got the one shop. Once I get this dug out and I build a second shop, and maybe I'll even put a third shop, that should help alleviate some of this backlog for the stone stuff. That's why I don't get very many blocks either. So I'll just, that'll help out. You know what? Let's get another wood burner as well, or 2. Let's get 2 more wood burners, and that might help out with the charcoal as well. Oh, maybe they're fighting each other. Maybe the owls have come to my defense. The great eagles have showed up to defend the goblins. Alright, what do I want to do next? I want to go check out, see if where's my guild hall? Where did I put my guild hall? I put it here. I haven't done very much there. Spear Dwarf has been found dead. I wonder if he was on one of my squads. So those ones are done. That one's not. And how are you guys doing? It might have been this guy. Take you. All right. All right. Are you linked up? You're linked up. All right. So now that we got that linked up, I'm a little bit less leery about doing this. I'm going to put a hole in the floor right here. Once that hole gets done, I want to designate this as a pit/pond, and I'm going to make it a pond and tell dwarves to start dumping stuff in it. I actually don't know if I have enough buckets, so I'm going to have to go make some buckets. Well, you know what? Let's just see if I have buckets. Buckets. BU buckets. I got 7 buckets. Yeah, that's fine. And so what they're going to do is they're going to start carrying water and put it in here. And they're going to keep trying to do that until this is 7/7. This is never going to be 7/7. They're going to fill it with buckets, and it's going to kind of spread out here over the ground and evaporate off. But what I'm going to try to do is make a whole bunch of mud just up in this corner by pouring water over and over in it. And again, we're going to try to see if we can get the value of the dirt to be higher than we did with this farm. This farm's kind of... Oh, cave wheat? We got no seeds? All right, fine. We'll do plum helmets. Sweet pods, plum helmets, plum helmets, plum helmets. Summer now. Do sweet pods. I don't know how I ran out of cave wheat. Let me check my kitchen. All right, cave wheat drinks. We have 20 cave wheat. We got to, you know what? We probably just haven't gone through that yet. It's probably because if I look at drinks, we probably got just a lot of drinks. Let's just brew all the drinks. Got a lot of sand pear cider. And it's probably because we could probably just make more drinks. No, we'll do that too. Let's get our cycle going a little bit faster. So the brewing the drinks from fruit. Let's make this like 150. Get some more drinks up in here. And on this one, brew this one up to 150. Oh, I don't know if I went too quick on that. No, we're good. And that one, good. So that'll get our stockpile of drinks a little bit higher. How are we doing on actual prepared meals? Sometimes these get a little higher than... So I got 123 prepared meals. That's fine. Did I ever swap back in this game to the higher quality prepared meals? Let's go see. I like to go to the most valuable meals after a little while in a game. And I don't remember if I did that in this one. Yes, we're doing lavish meals now instead of... So that's good. But we could probably up those as well, up to the 150. And we could probably just leave it at 150 for the rest of the game. That'll probably be good enough. When you start getting a lot of dwarves, it's nice to have them. All right. Oh, see, look at this. We got... Looks like we did shoot some stuff. Thrips man and women? Oh my goodness. Fisher dwarf has been found dead. Where were you found dead? Out there? Alright, let's see where these thrips are. So we're down to just a wild owl. All those other things are gone. But we got some thrips men. I don't see where it is. Oh, here it is. Thrips man. Alright, squad. My best squad. Come kill these thrips men. Yeah, confirm. Come kill them. Only 9 of you? That's fine. Blinking in and out. I wonder if that's because there's someone invisible, or if they're sneaky or something like that. I don't know. I've never fought thripsmen before. Kind of pathing this way though. At least they were. See when combat comes back up. All right. I think there's probably, based on my experience with this game, And the fact that I didn't put savagery up too far, I'm thinking there might be a lot of players having some difficulty with the wildlife. Martial trance. So you see this message right here. That means basically a dwarf is turned into like a little badass. So dwarves have the unique racial ability to do that, and it means that they're just super. It's like a super combat stance, and they're ready to just kill everything. Some giant squirrels. Ooh, let's kill these off too before they cause any trouble. All right, that same squad. Kill. Oh no. Stop. Kill all of these. And so it's kind of nice. They have to have some pretty good skills before they can even start doing that. But then once they start doing that, I mean, it's really good. If you've got a dwarf and like steel armor, that's really good with his weapon, steel weapon, and he starts entering martial trances in combat, you're just gonna blow through everything. Alright, so these dwarves are just slaughtering these giant squirrels, which is great. Get them off my map. Blue peacock, child limmel. I don't know what that means. Just more stuff to fight. I might have to just toss some of my squads on patrol rather than just doing this manually, because it's getting a little annoying that I have to continually do this constantly. But that is one of the things you have to deal with Dwarf Fortress is challenges, and one of the challenges is bad guys showing up and bothering you. Alright, what alert we got now? Found dead. I'm gonna need to come designate more of these, I think. I think I'm running low. Alright, so designate a tomb. So I think we're keeping up all right with the tomb use. The thing that I'm worried about here is we're getting a lot of death, and I don't know if we've put out enough value to keep up with it. So what our fort might die from is just immigrants stop showing up, migrants stop showing up, and we're not keeping up through a birth rate that our dwarf population just starts to decline after a while. So what I might have to do, because this is all happening due to birds outside, so I might have to create kind of like a death trap with spike traps, with some push plates that kind of make the spikes go up and down constantly, and just make kind of like killing hallways into my fortress. And I can show how to do that. Essentially, you put some pressure plates in your high walk areas, and you link those pressure plates to some spike traps that'll make spikes come out of the floor up and down over and over again. And so as your dwarves just walk around doing their jobs, they're making these spikes in a hallway go up and down. If you make some long winding hallways into your fortress, that means anybody going through those hallways will just constantly be getting hit with spikes. So it's a good way to kind of clear out anything coming into your fortress. It's another thing you can do instead of cage traps. So I might do that, is just relocate the whole fort down into the ground. If I dig farther down, I can hit the caverns, and in the caverns they've got these giant mushrooms. It's like an alternate source of wood, so I can use that instead of the trees outside. There's alternate food down there. I can farm in the caverns pretty well. I could go with just extra farming stuff rather than some of the stuff outside. I don't know if I can really relocate the bees into the caverns. That'd be interesting to take a look at. I probably can. I could probably bring the bees inside. So I could probably indoor the bees. I could probably... Oh, let me build another temple, see who else is while I'm looking at this. So that's an option I have, is just getting away from this surface. And obviously that's an option that you have, is if you're getting a lot of flak from the surface, you can just dig deeper and ignore it. So you don't have to stay up here and deal with all this. Agitated wild boars now. Oh my goodness. Alright. How am I doing? I don't know why they're all getting so agitated. That still hasn't gone yet. But I am happy that I do have a lot of marksdwarves that are getting their stuff together, so that's good. Autumn has come. Get some marksdwarves fighting. More masterwork bolts. I don't know how much the masterwork affects the bolt damage. I don't know if the bolt damage matters more or the crossbow matters more for masterwork. I don't actually use marksdwarves that often. I prefer the melee dwarves for my own purposes, but I'm using them here because I just get so much of these flying things that I don't want to deal with it. And since I got so much going on outside, I think what I want to do is actually definitely kill these things off. Pen pasture. No. From here, this is what I want to do. All right, so my pet livestock. So I've got water buffalo. So another thing that we've noticed is that I can't click just anywhere. These buttons over here is for butchering. And I can't just click anywhere. I have to click like right on the left side of the butcher to actually get these to trigger. Alright. Those are some caged animals, some dogs, horse, buffalo calf. Yeah, I'll let that grow up, I guess. Alpaca. I'll kill that one off. A lot of puppies. So I'm going to also come, where are the puppies? There they are. Come here, select this, let the puppies roam free. Go and be happy, puppies. I'll train you up when you grow up. Having extra dogs is nice. I'll probably, I don't know what I'm going to do with the extra dogs. Maybe I'll just put the dogs up here. Maybe the dogs, if I put a little pasture up here, maybe the dogs will start fighting stuff after I train them up. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do about these animals. All I know is I'm losing dwarves. It's making unhappy dwarves. But you can see I do have a lot of happy dwarves too. It's just that I've got some unhappy dwarves, and I think it's because of the amount of violence that I've had to deal with is the main reason for that unhappiness. Unfortunately. Alright, let me turn some of these into bedrooms. Bedroom, multi. And done. Alright. Do I have a weapon rack yet? What do you think? Probably not. Probably not, no. Yep, slaughtering some water buffaloes. Ooh, a masterwork silver hammer. That's what I like to see. I wonder if somebody's got it yet. So if I go to the squad menu, I think I was looking at this earlier. Alright, the squad here. How do I look at it? I forgot now. No. Go here and I click on this. Equip. Yeah, there we go. Can I mouse over and see? Details. So I can see that. How do I go back? There we go. Details. Silver Warhammer, Silver Warhammer, Silver Warhammer. So they've got some Silver Warhammers going. None of them have the Masterwork one yet. So I've got 6 of my squad has their Warhammers. 2 of them have their shields. 1 has the greaves, and 2 have the boots, I think. Wood greaves. High boots, 2 assigned items. Okay, so they've got the assigned high boots, but they haven't built them yet. I've got a lot of, you know what I can do? A caravan from the dwarves is showing up. Oh, I probably don't have any gems, do I? No, I've got like nothing for gems. I don't know what I can trade. Let's go see what I got. I'm gonna pause this for a second. So I do have some gems, so we can get some value from the gems, not very much. What else? So if I got this parentheses around it like that, that means I actually stole it. So I don't think they're gonna like that kind of stuff. You can't trade stolen items, which is why I brought that up. Yeah, these things aren't very valuable. Statues. Oh, I got this. It's 3,000 value. I'm gonna bring it up here. So this is an artifact. Might be unhappy about me trading that away. I've also got these couple artifacts. So I've got three artifacts, but I don't know that I want to trade away my artifacts. Man, I don't have any valuable stuff. I think this is just gonna be a bad trade, is all this is. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing a lot of value out of this stuff. That's too bad. That's too bad. I could do some silver bars. I got a lot of silver bars. Yeah, let's go ahead and toss some silver bars. That'll be at least some value. They're not that weighty. I don't know how many I want to toss. That's probably good. All right. So I was not able to get to steel because I only requested pig iron last time. So I'm gonna have to remember to get an actual iron next time around. Let's just ask for them again. But it might be because I haven't dug very deep yet as well. So if I dig a little bit deeper, I might get some more value out of it. So I think I'm going to do this trade, see what I can get, potentially start up my producing steel by the exploit of battle axes, and continue doing my training that way. And if I do get steel, that means I need to go swap up my uniforms and make sure they start looking, rather than just for metal battle axes, actually steel battle axes. So I'll swap that out as well. Alright, I got all the items, just waiting for the broker. He's, or she, I can't remember if Bomb Wreck is a boy or girl. I think it's a girl. So when she gets up here and trade, and then we'll see. Alright, so what's my total value, mark all? 1,700. Alright. So I can grab some stuff. So I will go ahead and grab a couple of steel bars, a couple of iron bars, because I think I already have some pig iron bars. And the value and the profit is about the same. I wish I could make it so, but my animals. Oh, I guess the silver bars, the weight is pretty heavy. Alright. So your excess weight is a lot. Oh my goodness. These silver bars are just way too weighty for me to trade. Oh my goodness, that's going to cut my value so much. Okay, and that's why they make silver bars make such good hammers, because they're so heavy. Alright, so that's about much. Trader loss, so I can't. Alright, let's take out the steel bars. Trader profit. So I got iron bar. Iron. That should be enough to start the steel, I think. Cannot burden. Oh my goodness. Still, will you do that? Alright, willingness to trade. That was a rough trade right there. Alright. No trader. Move goods to from. Alright, we'll just leave that alone. They'll figure that out. Alright. Alright. Need one more person here. Yeah, let's go ahead and find somebody. Not my gem cutter. I need some more gems, gem cutter. Mayor, manager, man, there's just so many people. Maybe you. Alright, back to squads. How are you? You're good. How are you? You're good. Okay, so we got a full 30 dwarves selected. Part of the problem we find in dwarves, the reason why that list seems so small, is because of this. I've got a whole bunch of kids down here that need to grow up. And once we can start getting kids to grow up, then we'll get more of that done. Alright, so I'm gonna create an ammo stockpile too. This is still not done, but I think we're going to call it there for the night. I'll start showing steel next time. We'll get this dug out so I can show you pitting. We'll get that farm going. I'm glad I got marksdwarves up and running. I'm going to see if I can get the bees underground next time too. Oh yeah, good. Giant Wolverine dead. Excellent. How's my... Oh, good. Lots of stuff in the refuse pile. Excellent. Alright, so I think that's good for now. We'll save that, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for coming.